Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Charlie. On today's episode, I'm going to be showing you how to make my delicious beef gravy lasagna from scratch. It consists of ground beef chuck and beef chuck steak, and we puree and combine those together, and from there it is simmered in a well-seasoned beef gravy, which is thickened with a roux. From there, it is lined in a baking pan with the lasagna pasta sheets, 3 different types of cheeses, mozzarella, provolone, and Parmesan cheese, and from there it is baked in the oven. So this is not your traditional lasagna with the tomato sauce. That's not what this is. This dish you can get about 12 servings. It's a different take on the lasagna, except for it's made with a brown gravy, wonderful beef flavor, comforting, and absolutely delicious. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright, here's all that you need to make your homemade beef gravy lasagna. Let's get started with our ingredients. You're going to need 2 pounds of ground beef chuck, 1 pound of chopped beef chuck roast or beef chuck steak, whichever one you prefer. You will also need some all-purpose flour, vegetable or canola oil, salted butter, better than bouillon beef base, 1 pound of lasagna sheets, and for your cheeses, you will need 18 slices of provolone cheese, and you can also use only 12 slices of the provolone cheese if you like. You will also need 1 pound of mozzarella cheese and some shredded Parmesan cheese. And for your seasonings, you will need 1 medium-sized yellow onion, green bell pepper, garlic, and some fresh parsley. And for your additional seasonings, you'll need some salt, black pepper, Tony Chachere's Creole seasoning. Now, if you don't have this, you can use the Zatarain's Creole seasoning or the Sapin Mama Cajun seasoning. You will also need some Chef Paul Prudhomme's Poetry Magic and some dried thyme. And for your tools, you will need a cheese shredder, and to bake your lasagna, you will need a 10 by 13 inch, that's 25 by 33 centimeter, deep dish glass pan. And there we have it. Alright, let's get straight to it. We're going to get started by chopping half of a yellow onion. Next, I'm going to rinse off my green bell pepper and my fresh parsley off with cold water. Next, I'm going to chop half of a green bell pepper. Here I have 3 cloves of garlic. I've cut them in half. Take a garlic press and press the garlic. And there we go. Alright, here we have our fresh parsley. We're going to take a knife and we're going to cut a smaller portion of that parsley off. You're going to take a knife and you're going to chop the parsley up really well until it resembles coarse crumbs. Okay, let's get started with shredding our mozzarella cheese. Here we have a cheese shredder. Shred 2 8-ounce packages. That's 1 pound total of mozzarella cheese. So we're kind of shredding them in halves. So it's about 4 halves total that you have to shred. Alright, and there we go. Our mozzarella cheese is nice and shredded. Now you're going to place this into your refrigerator. Alright, let's get started with our beef chuck steak. So in this large strainer, I've added my beef chuck steak pieces right on in there. Next, you're going to rinse it off really well with cold water. Okay, I placed my pieces of beef chuck steak into this medium-sized bowl. Let's add some seasoning. You're going to add 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/8 of a teaspoon of black pepper, a 1/2 teaspoon of Tony Chachere's Creole seasoning, and a 1/2 teaspoon of Chef Paul Prudhomme's Poetry Magic. Take your hands and coat these seasonings onto the beef steak strips. And there we go. Alright, let's get started with our beef base mixture. So in a small pot, I've heated about 1 cup of water, so it's nice and hot. And to that, I'm going to add 4 teaspoons of the better than bouillon beef base right on in there. Take a whisk and stir all ingredients together until that beef base has dissolved into the water. Preheat your fire to medium heat. Alright, let's get started with our beef stock. So in this large 8-quart pot, I let it get hot for about 1 to 2 minutes. I'm going to take some salted butter and I'm just going to spread that along the bottom of the pot. Add a 1/2 cup of chopped yellow onion, and a half a cup of chopped green bell pepper. Stir all your ingredients together. Let this saute for about 3 to 4 minutes. Add your thinly sliced beef chuck steak strips right on in there and a half a teaspoon of dried thyme. Stir all your ingredients together. Let this saute for about 8 minutes, stirring occasionally. It's been about 8 minutes now. Add 1 cup of your beef base mixture right on in there and 6 cups of water. Stir all your ingredients together. Cover your pot with a lid. Let this come up to a simmer first. Then you're going to let it simmer for 1 hour. Alright y'all, it's been about 1 hour now. And as you can see, our mixture has cooked down, so that's going to make it nice and flavorful. And don't forget to taste your beef chuck steak strips to be sure that they are tender. Now you're going to go ahead and turn your fire off. Let this cool for 10 to 15 minutes. Here I have a mesh strainer with a stainless steel bowl underneath it. Add your beef chuck steak strips along with the beef stock into the mesh strainer with the stainless steel bowl underneath it. Stir the beef chuck steak strips while they're in the mesh strainer. This is going to allow the rest of that beef stock to drain into the bowl. And from there, you're going to set the mesh strainer with the beef chuck steak strips on the side. And here's our beef stock mixture. You should have about 4 1/2 cups of the beef stock mixture left over. Preheat your fire to medium heat. Alright, let's get started with cooking our ground beef. So in this large saucepan, I let it get hot for about 1 to 2 minutes. Add your ground beef chuck right on in there. We're not going to stir this yet. We're going to let it fry for about 2 to 3 minutes. After about 2 to 3 minutes, you're going to take a wooden spatula and give this a quick stir. You can also take that wooden spatula and break down some of those larger pieces of the ground beef as it cooks. Let this saute for 6 to 8 minutes, stirring occasionally. Alright, it's been about 6 to 8 minutes now, and our ground beef should be done. Now you're going to go ahead and turn your fire off. Let this cool for about 10 to 15 minutes. Here I have a mesh strainer with a shallow bowl underneath it. Add your cooked ground beef chuck along with the pan juices into the mesh strainer with the shallow bowl underneath it. And there we go. And as you can see, there's the pan juices underneath the mesh strainer. We're going to use this to make a roux later. Alright, let's get started with pureeing our ground beef chuck and our beef chuck steak. So in this large food processor, add your cooked ground beef chuck right on in there. And your beef chuck steak strips. Add that in there. Pulse this for about 12 to 15 times. Alright, that looks good. It's nice and pureed. Preheat your fire to medium heat. Alright, let's get started making our gravy base. So in this large 8-quart pot, I let it get hot for about 1 to 2 minutes. We're going to first start off by making a roux. Add 1/3 cup of your pan drippings or vegetable or canola oil right on in there. Let this get hot for 30 seconds. And to that, I'm going to add a 1/2 cup of all-purpose flour. Take a wooden spatula and stir this continuously for about 6 to 8 minutes or until the mixture reaches a brown color. Now this roux will be a little bit thicker than usual. That is normal. Okay, our roux is at a brown color now. Let's go ahead and add the seasonings. Add a 1/2 cup of chopped yellow onion and a 1/2 cup of chopped green bell pepper. Stir this continuously for 2 minutes. Add your 3 cloves of pressed garlic right on in there, followed by your 4 1/2 cups of your beef stock mixture, 3 cups of water, a 1/2 teaspoon of dried thyme, and 1 tablespoon of freshly chopped parsley. Stir all your ingredients together. Cover your pot with a lid. Leave the lid partially open to allow some of the steam to escape. Let this come up to a simmer first, then you're going to let it simmer for 40 minutes, stirring occasionally. Alright, it's been about 40 minutes now, and as you can see, our mixture has cooked down. Now remember, as The more the mixture cooks down, the stronger the flavor will be. And you'll also notice that the mixture will be much thicker than usual. That is normal. And from there, our beef gravy is done. Now you're going to go ahead and turn your fire off. Just to give y'all a heads up, the mixture will thicken as it cools, so it's going to be more thick than what it is now. Let this cool for 20 minutes. Add your pureed ground beef chuck and your beef chuck steak right on in there. Stir all your ingredients together. And from there, our beef meat sauce mixture is now ready. Preheat your fire to medium heat. Alright, let's get started with cooking our lasagna sheets. So in this large pot, I've added 1 gallon of water. And to that, I'm going to add 2 to 3 teaspoons of salt in there. Give this a quick stir. Let this come up to a simmer. Add 12 of your lasagna pasta sheets right on in there. Now you're going to wait about 2 to 3 minutes before we stir it. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and give this a quick stir. The pasta should be soft enough to where you can stir it now. Let this simmer for 7 minutes. Alright, it's been about 7 minutes now. And our lasagna pasta sheets should be nice and tender. Now you're going to go ahead and turn your fire off. Add your lasagna pasta into this large strainer. Be careful as this is hot. Next, you're going to rinse off your lasagna pasta sheets off with cold water. Let this cool for about 10 to 15 minutes. Next, I'm going to line my table with a sheet of plastic wrap. You can also use parchment paper as well if you have it. Take your lasagna pasta sheets and you're going to line them on top of the plastic wrap. And you're going to let this sit right here until we're ready to assemble our lasagna. Alright, let's get started with assembling our lasagna. You're going to take 1 tablespoon of softened salted butter and you're going to spread that along the bottom and onto the sides of your baking pan. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and preheat my oven to 375 degrees. Line 4 sheets of your lasagna pasta onto the bottom of your baking pan. Next, you're going to take your beef gravy ground beef filling and you're going to add that onto the top of the lasagna sheets. Okay, next you're going to lightly sprinkle some shredded Parmesan cheese on top of the ground beef gravy mixture. Next, you're going to take 6 slices of your provolone cheese and you're just going to add that on top of the ground beef gravy mixture, followed by your shredded mozzarella cheese. Now, you're going to first start by adding it in the areas where the provolone cheese isn't covering it. And from there, you just sprinkle just a little bit more on top of the provolone cheese. And there we go. Our first layer of lasagna is complete. Now for the second layer, you're going to take 4 of your lasagna pasta sheets and you're going to line that on top of the cheese. Next, you're going to add your ground beef gravy mixture right on top. From there, you're going to spread that around as evenly as possible and shake the baking pan to make everything even. Next, you're going to lightly sprinkle some shredded Parmesan cheese on top of the beef gravy mixture. Next, you're going to take 6 slices of your provolone cheese and you're going to add that on top of the ground beef gravy mixture. Next, you're going to sprinkle your shredded mozzarella cheese right on top. Make sure you go all around the top with this. And there we go. Our second layer of lasagna is complete. Now for the third layer of lasagna, add 4 of your lasagna pasta sheets on top of the cheese. Next, you're going to add your ground beef gravy mixture right on top of there. Next, you're going to spread that around as evenly as possible. Lightly sprinkle your shredded Parmesan cheese on top of the ground beef gravy mixture. Now I've taken the rest of the provolone cheese and I just cut those slices in half. And from there, I'm just going to place those slices on top of the ground beef gravy mixture. Okay, next you're going to add all of the remaining shredded mozzarella cheese right on top. And since I have some slices of the provolone cheese left over, I'm just going to break those up and add those on top as well. And that way I use the entire 1 pound, that's 24 slices of provolone cheese. And as a final garnish, we're going to sprinkle some finely chopped parsley right on top. And from there, our lasagna has been assembled. Now it is ready to be baked. Place this into a preheated 375-degree oven on the bottom rack. Bake this for 30 minutes. Alright, it's been about 30 minutes now for our lasagna. As you can see, that cheese has melted and has a very light golden brown on top. Turned out beautifully. Now let's go ahead and remove this out of the oven. Let the lasagna cool for about 25 to 30 minutes before serving. And for best results, you can serve this the next day so that way the flavors can settle and increase overnight. You can place it into a preheated 325-degree oven for about 20 to 25 minutes, and that'll reheat it for the next day if you want to do that. Here is the final presentation. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, homemade beef gravy lasagna, made from scratch by a New Orleans native. If you like my channel, hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell button if you want to be notified of my videos. I have an official website for all of my recipes, including this one. Go to www.charliethecookandrews.com. You can also find me on Facebook, Instagram, and on Twitter under the name Charlie the Cook Andrews. Stay tuned as Charlie's Taste Test is coming up next. Can't wait. Now it's time to go eat and take a bite. Ooh, woo. Y'all, when I tell y'all this lasagna is so good, it is delicious. It has a wonderful beef flavor. I mean, a flavor of that ground beef and that beef chuck steak. And them combined, all that combined with them cheeses, y'all. Oh, this has got to be one of the best lasagnas I've ever made. It'll literally make you forget about the tomato version of lasagna that you're accustomed to making. I mean, y'all, delicious. Yes. Y'all gotta try the recipe. It's different from the tomato lasagna, except that it's made with beef. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, have a good one. Peace.